This electric tricycle has dual batteries and a single hub motor on the front wheel. They claim we can do 100 miles of range on a single charge, which I definitely feel like is a little bit optimistic. Don't worry, we're gonna do a range test. One thing that definitely stands out about this electric tricycle is the box it came in was freaking huge. So I actually had to remove it from the box to get it through my front door. The plus side is it looks like it's actually almost completely assembled. It's called the Victrip Dione. Click the link in the description box to see the current price, but don't buy it just yet. We gotta review it first. Bro, this dude is like straight up stealing a bike over here. Is that your bike, bro?
Yeah. I just lost the key, dude.
All right, let's get this party started. This e-trike comes with a hub drive front motor. It is 750 watts nominal power, and the tires we get are 20 by 4 inches wide with knobby tread. And this setup compared to the previous trikes I've reviewed is definitely going to change things up. We'll talk more about this later. We do get disc brakes with 160mm rotors. Taking a peek around back, we can see there are actually 3 disc brakes, and they are mechanical disc brakes. There's the other one on the other side. And I absolutely love that this entire rack back here comes installed. I did review another trike that this didn't come on. It was actually quite a pain to put on. So it is all on there. All the fenders are on there. Back fenders, they are plastic fenders. So taking a peek down here at the underside, we do get 7 gears on a cassette. So all of the power sent to this rear axle is sent from your legs. None of it comes from the motor. All of the motor power comes from the front motor on front wheel. And I actually do not know if that is a differential or not. So I don't know if this is sending power to one wheel or both. We'll find out later. There is a light on the rear. Total load capacity is listed as 450 pounds. Says it can climb hills and accelerate quickly. We'll see about that. And the frame color on this one is white, but there is one other color option available in the link below this video in the description box. Of course, we do get 2 batteries, one here, one back here, and 2 separate sets of keys. That'll pop this one off. And this one is removable right here. The big battery is on back. It is a 48 volt, 18 amp hour, 864 watt hours of energy battery. And then the one up front mounted in the frame is a 48 volt, 13.5 amp hour battery, 648 watt hours of energy. So 1,512 watt hours of energy combined. Get a little weigh in on these batteries. The big one on the back, which is the ideal weight distribution in my opinion, is 10 pounds, 12 ounces. And the little guy weighs in at 7 pounds, 13 ounces. And we'll get a weigh in of the whole thing here in a few. In case you missed the model name, it's called the Dione. And this is a step through frame bike, making it easier to get on. Also has the shorter 20-inch wheels, which brings down the whole center of mass as well as lower the bike, making it easy to get on and handle better. I mean, trikes never really handle great, but we'll see how this one goes. And we do get a little reinforcement here on the step through frame. Double wall guard on the chain ring up front to help keep the chain on there, prevent it from falling off. And I'm just noticing there is like a little pad back here, maybe like a dog paw rest. Luxurious. And these like railings over here along the edge too. This rack is massive. So is this trike gonna be comfy? I don't know, but here is the seat. It is definitely very wide, thick. It's got some springs built into it as well. It actually appears to have like some sort of travel to them. I'll give it a try. In case you do want to upgrade your seat post to suspension seat post, this one is a 30.4mm diameter, and there is a quick release up here, so you can easily dial the seat height in to where you want it to be. Let's try those springs out. Actually does have some play to it. And in case you need to go number 2, there is a hole right there. For a little extra comfort, there is a front suspension fork. It's got 60mm of travel, and there is a simple open and lock adjustment with no micro adjustments in between the two. And if you can't fit all your stuff in that giant rack on the back, there are mounting points for a front rack as well. And typically getting these front hub drive motors on bikes is a little bit of a pain, but not so much on a trike. So in case you've never seen a front hub drive mounted motor, you gotta have this little bracket basically on here. It holds everything in place to prevent the whole wheel from spinning out and ripping this cord in half. And just kind of snake this cord up so you can plug in your front hub motor. Gosh, if I had a nickel for every freaking piece of metal I got stuck in my fingers building an e-bike, I'll probably have about 20 cents. Gosh, look at that little metal flake. I don't want this to get stuck on my foot. So I'm guessing they give you all the tools to build this thing. Let's see what's in the goodie box. Oh yeah, you got tools. And the Dione user manual, congrats, and 2 chargers. Both chargers are identical. The output is 2.8 amps on both of them. Get a little fan on both of them. So for the big battery, 18 amp hours divided by 2.8, that'd be your charge time to charge each battery from empty to full, and then 13.5 amp hours divided by 2.8, about 4 hours for the small one. And you can charge them both at the same time, so that's awesome. plastic fender up front, and a headlight. So let's take a look at the cockpit. First thing I am seeing is there is an adjustable height handlebar stem, so you can rotate these anywhere from plus 30 to negative 30 degrees. In addition to that, there is a little bit of a rise on them. Actually a decent rise, that's about 3-4 inches, which you could use to raise the handlebars or simply just rotate them in to make the whole cockpit a little shorter. That's how they're set up here. Hand grips actually look pretty nice. They are ergonomic and rubber. They are held in place by a bolt, so they're not gonna rotate on you. And of course, this is a pedal assist electric bike, but there is a throttle on the right, so you don't have to pedal, but you can. Brake levers are mechanical wuxing, and there is a parking brake on there, which you activate just like that. So to hold the whole thing in place and it won't roll away on you, you actually get that same exact parking brake over on the other side. So you can lock all the wheels. Same hand grip over here. Here's the controls to turn it on and off. And here is the display, which will fire up here soon. Gear shifter is the same Shimano 7-speed shifter we see on basically every e-bike. And the pedals we get are pretty typical. They look like the well goes to me. They are metal, a little bit of grips in there, not super sharp, so they're probably not gonna cut you. And we'll get this thing turned on in just a minute, but I'm just dying to know, is there a differential on this thing or not? Let's see if I pick up the other side. Will the wheel, oh, there is a differential. It's an open differential. All right, nice. I can tell that because you can see all the power gets sent to the wheel of least resistance. Nice. So technically speaking, this is an all-wheel drive electric bike since you got that motor on the front, and then your power gets distributed to each wheel on the rear. Which, come to think of it, I wonder how this thing's gonna do in the sand. It's definitely got the width of the tires and all-wheel drive. Now, of course, this thing is a trike, so it's probably not gonna be light. Today, my weight is 201. I'm gonna try and pick this trike up. Give it a try, give it a try. Oh my goodness, this thing do got some weight to it though. I'm gonna try my best here. Just get a quick little weigh in. 293 with no batteries. So we got 92 pounds just for the trike and then add the batteries. So with the battery, that comes out to about 110 pounds total. Let's get those on there. Oh, gotta move the seat. And we'll just start with the seat on the lowest height. Quite a bit of adjustment on that seat. So let's go ahead and fire it up, see what it looks like. Boom. Tis a color display. We get our battery readout here in terms of bars in the top left. It's on 2 bars right now. Need to get that on the charger. Should be 5 levels of pedal assist, so you can bring it down to 0, not use the motor at all. Bring it up to 5. We get trip, odometer, max speed, average speed, which you can cycle through by tapping the I button. There is a walk mode, which you could hold down that button there. It'll take off on me. And a headlight button, which does dim the display. Not sure the exact lumens on it. Not the brightest headlight I've ever seen here, shining in a pretty dark apartment, but it does cast some light nonetheless. Here's what we're looking like from the front. And around back we can see there is a tail light. When I grab the brake levers, it does light up brighter, so we get brake lights. And if I turn the whole thing off, there's what we're looking like. And I did want to take a closer look at this rear rack. It does have like a liner bag in it with like a hard bottom to it, and then this whole thing seems to be a very sturdy, very well built rack. Could definitely carry some decent cargo in there. Let's give her a test. Yep. Nice. So I can fit in here and oh god, that don't break. And maybe that's what this pad is for. It actually is kind of like working as, come on, don't run up on me. It works as like, well, I don't know if I should use it like that, but it's like a little cushion to sit on. Is that what we're supposed to do here? Kinda doubt it. I'm having fun though. And to give you an idea of the size of this electric tricycle, I'm 6'5", inseam 34. Seat is on minimum height. Does have this nice easy step through, and the wheels are 20 inches tall wheels, which brings the whole trike kind of lower to the ground, easier to get on and off. And here's what I look like with the seat on minimum height. Just a second. Oh no, don't damn cool. That was dumb. Trying to get this gear shifted though. There we go. The seat on minimum height. Here's what my pedal stroke would look like on this electric tricycle. In general, I feel like this trike is kind of shorter to the ground and more approachable than some of the other ones I've tried. And we'll throw that seat on maximum height, why not? So seat on maximum height brings it way up here over the handlebars. So the seat on maximum height, here's what we're looking like. Seat is about level with the handlebars. Could get you in a little bit more of a putting down power to the wheels position. Here's what my pedal stroke looks like. 34 inseam, 6'5". Solid. And those handlebars could be adjusted up a little bit more with that adjustable stem height stem, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? This little thingamajig right here, it is adjustable. All right, dudes, let's take out the Victrip Dione for a trip. Of course, we're gonna fire up the Strava here so we can measure our official range on these dual batteries, 31.5 amp hour, 48 volt system. I'm actually super pumped to see how this all-wheel drive system is gonna do. And I'm having a little trouble with the seat here. I think the spring kind of like popped through, so we're gonna have to swap this thing out. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Oh no, that didn't sound so good. We're gonna have to get this thing figured out, dude. See, it's like the spring like popped through there. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it could be fixed. We'll grab a seat along the way. Let's get on out of here. Hopping in the elevator here, I do think the wheelbase on this one is a little bit longer than some of the other trikes I reviewed. I think it's just sitting back a little bit further. Like there's this whole space for this battery, so that'll change the stability. We'll feel it out. And here's the seat we're gonna throw on there in just a few, but first we're gonna try the 20% grade, see how this thing does. I'm actually super pumped for this because it is front wheel drive for the motor and rear wheel drive for the pedaling. So we'll try throttle only, pedal assist 5 here from a dig. Sometimes these bikes will have a little bit of trouble putting down power to the front wheel because it'll kind of start to spin out. I can feel it's kind of losing traction there a little. Oh gosh, now this could be a little sketch. You don't want to get this thing sideways on a hill because it could tip over. Oh my goodness. Actually, oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta be a little careful. We do have the parking brake on there, but yeah, you don't wanna be on a sideways grade, really, on a trike. Let's try that again. So I'm gonna do throttle only, a little bit of a rollout here. I feel like I could actually do this on throttle only. So 750 watts, nominal power motor on the front. It is like, what, 110 pounds? Not pedaling at all. So, you know, torque is all right. It's like the same amount of torque probably as like a typical 750 watt motor, just carrying a little bit more weight. And the tire is not spinning out, but I do feel like rear wheel drive does put down power a little bit better. Let's try pedaling just a little bit here. So full throttle, pedal assist 5, just kind of pedaling a little bit, just helping it out. So I don't know, not putting in much power really at all, but yep. Getting up to 20% grade with a bit of assistance. So popping on out here, what else would you expect to see other than a Rolls Royce? And let's bump this thing down to pedal assist 1, throw on these polarized lenses. Can I see that display? Yes, I can, so that's nice. Let's start pedaling this thing, see how it feels. Pedal assist 1, so the power is kicking in after about half rotation on the cranks, and we're on gear number 1. That'll take us up to around 6 miles an hour. So it is a cadence sensor on this e-bike, meaning it doesn't matter how hard you press on those pedals, it's just gonna give you a consistent power level for each pedal assist. Pedal assist number 2 cranks it up quite a bit, taking us all the way to 13 miles an hour. Let's try throttle and see if that cuts us off at 13 as well. So yes, so you don't even have to pedal this bike if you don't want. Like you could pedal and put in your own power, which gear number 4 on pedal assist 2 feels pretty natural, cruising along. I actually feel like this is probably about the pace most people are actually gonna go on this bike, you know, 13 miles an hour, or your other option would be dial it down to pedal assist 1, and that cuts you off at, what was the number? Very, very gentle, 6 miles an hour. The Targa 911. Nice cars are out today. So let's go and try pedal assist 3. Definitely a pretty big surge in power again. So this actually feels quite a bit powerful for a tricycle, pulling about 18, 19 miles an hour there. And when I say pulling 18 or 19 miles an hour, I literally mean pulling. This is a front wheel drive electric bike. It kind of gives you a different feel on this one compared to like a typical e-bike where you have the motor on the rear hub. It's pretty unusual to see just a front hub drive motor. It has a different feel to it, and climbing hills, I think it doesn't quite perform quite as well because you're kind of susceptible to that front wheel spinning out on you if the hill gets too steep, which it didn't actually spin out on us at all on the 20% grade, but couldn't do it on its own anyway. Regardless, this bike does feel powerful. Let's see what happens if we start pedal assist 3 from like a slower speed here, start pedaling a little bit. Power kicks on, gives you a pretty decent acceleration actually, and that'll take us up to, well, we already saw it cuts us off at 19. So let's go ahead and throw it on pedal assist 4 here. And pedaling, I can still keep up with the gears. This feels ridiculous for a trike. This is like darn near dangerous going this fast on a trike. We're doing 25 and the brakes are feeling good. These levers are like massive, like long levers. They almost feel like motorcycle. Oh my goodness, this is a little sketch going around this corner. These trikes, not the same as a two-wheel machine going around a turn. You got to kind of like lean into them. Do not take a turn going fast on an electric tricycle. But the brakes, these are mechanical brakes. We'll talk about these a little bit more along the way, see how they feel. I mean, it's got 3 separate disc rotors on there, so we have 3 independent brakes on this thing, and it actually does not feel bad at all. And we have the front suspension, 60 millimeters of travel. Is that locked out? Oh yeah, I have it locked out right now. Let's unlock that. So it's either lock or unlock. Oh yeah, there we go. And that suspension is very soft on the front, so I can completely compress it just like this. Yeah, so actually going around a turn on like a trike, if you kind of like lean your weight in a little bit, it adds a little bit more like stability to the turn. Even though the machine itself isn't leaning, it changes your like center of mass. All right, we gotta try taking this thing over in the bushes here just a little bit though. And yeah, the trikes, they're just so strange once you get them on like any uneven surfaces, because like the 3 wheels are just trying to like sort themselves out and you're just like moving every which way. It's quite interesting. Wouldn't recommend doing really any sort of off-roading on this thing or any electric trike with this layout really. Woo, I don't know if we have the speed to really be taking this thing out here. Hold on, we're gonna let the big old bus go on by. This thing's feeling about as big as that bus, but we'll hop in traffic here. This is gonna be a little bit awkward, but we'll make it happen. There's a car behind me right now. Oh gosh, here's a big old bump too. Whoa! Like the whole thing like shifts like left on like the wheel. The right wheel hit a pothole there, and like this road is like kind of curved a little to the right. You can feel it. So throttle only will take you up to right around 24, 25, which is the top speed on this thing, I believe. We are going into headwind. We'll see if we can do better in a bit. Oh, and there's cruise control. You can just throw this thing on cruise, bro, and you're good to go. So despite how ridiculous it feels riding a tricycle out here on this higher speed road, this thing can do it. A lot of these trikes will top you out at 20, which is honestly probably a pretty good place to top out on a trike. This one will let you go a little bit faster than that. Lean into it here, make sure you don't go flopping over to the right in the middle of the intersection. Watch out, bros, we're coming through on the tricycle. This feels absolutely freaking absurd out here on this giant trike. My goodness, this dude's trying to cut me off at end mile. We're gonna turn over here to the left a bit. We gotta get some acceleration. Oh, this dude just running through traffic over here. It is a free-for-all out here, dude. We're gonna cross with this lady. Come on, come on. Oh, this guy's about to take that girl out, and us too. Give him a wave, thank you, sir. He's probably not from around here, that's all right. It appears the Bronco has good brakes, if you're wondering. Let's go ahead and give this thing a 0 to 20 acceleration run. I weigh 200 pounds, we'll do throttle only, see what it does here. Ready, go. So you can feel it pull forward, kicks on relatively decently acceleration for what it is, truthfully. 21. Pretty freaking fast, dude. Like, I don't think you really need a trike that goes faster than this, but I hope somebody sends me a faster one, actually. And as messed up as that rear seat is, I'm actually kind of like adjusting to it a little bit. We can throw this one on. I don't even know if I'm going to, but check it out. We got the parking brake, which is like clutch on these things. You don't have a kickstand, so you just have to have parking brakes. And hand grips on this thing are nice. I actually appreciate these grips a lot. Like, a lot of these bikes just don't have good hand grips at all. These ones are not bad at all, man. This thing is decently powerful, seriously. It like about caught me off guard there. Doggy says, "Get off my turf, bro." She's singing us a song. She doesn't know it, but she needs a trike, dude. Chick is probably like, what in the world? How's this trike passing me going 20 miles an hour? She's back there working her butt off. Oh, that seat just popped through a little further on the spring, man. I think we might actually have to change this thing. Yeah. Let's just change it, what the heck. Bro, same thing every time I'm riding a trike. It's so like weird. This road, I would never notice, is angled slightly, you know, for like when it rains, the water will run off. But when you're on a trike, you definitely can feel this whole thing is angled to the right. And speaking of angled, we're gonna go ahead and cut our wheel here, angle ourselves around and see about a high-speed turn as well as a high-speed run. So let's see, we're on gear number 7, pedal assist 5. I keep up with the pedaling all the way to, well, shoot, dude, holy smokes, dude. It says 27 on the dashboard there, 25 on my GPS, which I could feel the motor cut off right at about 25 miles an hour. So, I mean, dude, I don't think you need to be going any faster than that on trike. Like I said, what in the freaking world? That guy has like a laptop or a computer set up there. Looking clean, looking clean. So we're gonna get on out here, try this thing on the beach. Looks like we got the police busting a move out here on the quad. We'll get out there soon. We'll try to anyway. All right, I think it's time that we swap the seat out, man. This thing is just not looking great. Maybe we'll give that to somebody else. Somebody could salvage it, right? These seats are like all swappable pretty much. Hey, there goes a trike. I think that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. See how maneuverable this thing is, like riding amongst people and stuff. A little sideways there. Got a shopping cart out here. Somebody's doing some shopping. Hey, another tricycle, man. Is that thing electric? It's got a differential, front motor. Dude, I was just thinking, if we see the local bike thief today, maybe I should ask him if he wants the seat. Speaking of thief, dude, somebody got in here, did some serious work on this thing. There must have been a nice bike chained up there and somebody came in with an angle grinder. Because last time I was here, there was a big old pulse just like that. Oh yeah, there it is, as a matter of fact. Somebody chopped this thing up. All right, bros, here is the deal. We're gonna try this thing in the sand. I have not high confidence, let's say that, but it'll be very interesting because we have, you know, we have all-wheel drive, essentially, three-wheel drive, and basically I think my pedaling power is gonna make, you know, a big impact on whether this works or not. So let's just give it a go here and start pedaling immediately, and the answer is no. It will not do it. We can do a serious burnout on this thing. Oh man, we might be in a bit of a trouble here though. It won't put the power down. Oh, I'm gonna burn out on myself. Oh geez. So you gotta kind of get a little bit of weight over those handlebars and throttle it. There you have it. Bro, this dude is like straight up stealing a bike over here. I guess I should like find the police. There's gotta be police around here. Is that your bike, bro?
Yeah. I just lost the key.
That dude claims to have lost the key to basically the lock and also the key to get that thing turned on. I wonder where he's going. I don't know. Let's just follow him for a minute. This doesn't go anywhere. I've been this way before. I think he's gonna be coming back. Unfortunately, like, they just don't do anything about bike theft around here. If we can find a cop along the way or something. Oh, sorry, man. I'm just watching this dude. I think he just stole a bike. That guy like in the gray t-shirt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he claims it's his, but I don't know what he's doing. Happens all the time, man. Let's see if we can do a curb on this thing. Oh gosh. Ooh. I don't know which way he went. Bro, where'd he go? I was hoping to like find a cop or something, because like, you know, I could like call the police or something, right? But like, if I called him, like, he would have been gone by the time they already got here. I don't know, man. I think he must have went this way. I don't know. I guess I failed, dude. Don't really know like what as a individual I should do about that. The crooks and stuff around here, they have weapons. Like, you know, if I approach him and try and stop him myself, he might pull something on me, you know what I mean? That was a darn good lock, dude. That was a chain lock on that thing. Like the kryptonite chain lock, those are like the hardest ones to cut. But it's an angle grinder, so yeah, man, that's crazy. I feel like guilty and bad. I could like put my life in jeopardy by trying to stop him, which I don't know would work or not. He literally had like a weapon in his hand, an angle grinder. Well, on with the review, but I don't feel good about that at all. God, dude, I feel so bad. I think I want to like leave this guy a note or something like here, like send him at least the footage of the guy who took it. I'm just gonna write him a note because I caught it on camera, so like at least I could like, okay, you know, show like yeah. Well, I'll just drop this note and maybe that'll help. Yes, I'm just gonna drop this right here, and I don't know if that person will ever see this or not, but if so, at least I can email them the footage and maybe they can pass it to the police. I don't know. Unfortunately, the police like don't do anything about bike theft around here, period. Inside the simulation. Dude. Inside the simulation. Dude, are we in a simulation right now? Like, I'm talking about bike thieves and then I literally witnessed a bike thief. So we're gonna go ahead and run it up the top of that cliff. It's 85 feet tall, 12% grade, California incline. And then we'll test the brakes and check the final range. We are showing 5 out of 5 bars right now, which is not a surprise. There is a huge amount of battery on this thing for a trike. And before we get to that 12% grade, we have to do the spiral section. So this will be interesting with the front hub drive motor. We're gonna do throttle only, see how it does here. So holding 6 miles an hour, about 5 miles an hour. So it can pull us up here on throttle only. I'm not pedaling. I'm curious if it's like losing a little bit of traction on like a microscopic level. Like I don't hear the wheel spinning out, but like when there's not weight over it, there we go. So throttle only, obviously, you know, you could pedal and it'll do quite a bit better. And the brakes, I can tell you, do not feel as good as hydraulic brakes, but we'll test them here by this wall here shortly. That'll be a good, oh. All right, so at the base of the California incline, throttle only. Go ahead and try this thing. Cruise control is gonna kick on at some point, which doesn't set it to speed. It sets it to basically whatever throttle position you're holding it. Oh, it turned up. And I think the motor actually is asking for a break. So it might be getting too hot from pushing it there. Let me feel it out. No, it's not hot. I wonder why it turned off. Motor is not turning on right now. So let's just turn this thing off and turn it back on. It's unusual. And throw it on pulses 5. Go. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but we're taking off here full throttle on the California incline. I was using cruise control. I don't know if like something like bugged out there, but we are picking up speed, 15 miles an hour, and I'll hold the throttle down for the whole time here. Well, hopefully we can maneuver this person walking in the bike lane and hitting 18, basically 18. We're just gonna let off here because we got an acoustic bike here. So this is a pretty challenging hill to do if you don't have a motor. I have no idea why it like cut off for a minute there. That was weird. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust these mechanical disc brakes. Something you're gonna have to do every now and then when you have mechanical brakes, get the levers feeling just right. Just wanted to get those levers dialed in before we come down here. And we do have 3 disc rotors on here, so a little bit more stopping power than usual on a bike, and also a little bit more weight than typical. So a lot of people here, let's give them a little bit of an early pull, and yeah, they're fine, man. They're really just fine. Mechanical brakes, they don't feel as great as hydraulic brakes, but they get the job done. Actually, you know what? We're gonna actually give this another go on the California incline from the base and full throttle. I don't know, like the cruise control I think did something wonky, but let's see if we can do it on round 2 here. Technically, this is gonna be more taxing on the motor because we just did the whole thing on throttle only. The motor was not hot. I can't feel the controller obviously because it's on the inside of the frame, but yeah, we're pulling up just fine right now. 16 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour. So definitely super solid power, and as long as the grade doesn't get too steep. Oh my goodness, brake test. Oh, you're good, sorry about that. We'll just say sorry, but she was crossing over into like basically every lane without looking. Anyway, oh, yeah, now it cut off again. So I don't know, I guess you can only push this thing so hard. It's gonna have a little bit of properties built into it to prevent you from working the motor too hard and burning it up, typically is why it was turned off. Yeah, the motor has a little bit of heat in it, but it is 750 watts nominal. This motor kicks right back on though. I think it's probably just kind of giving you like a warning, like, hey, yo, we're pushing the motor a little bit hard, bro. You might want to chill out before you burn something up. Let's get a little bit of, oh, we're getting that back tire locking up because you can feel the, yep, here we go again. There we go. Oh, you're good, you're good. So let me show you what it looks like if we basically slam on the brakes from about 20 miles an hour. Yeah, they work. Not the most powerful braking system, but definitely, you know, gets the job done. Or I guess I should say, you know, it's just a lot of weight to stop, really. Check out this guy's trike, though. That's the reverse trike style. 2 wheels on front, 1 on the back. Those are a little more stable. That thing is like very aerodynamic. I wonder what kind of range he gets on that thing. So if you turn it too sharp, whoa. I mean, I'm doing that on purpose, but you just gotta be careful basically, because these things, they'll lean on you. I mean, we just gotta get a little bit of a burnout in. I mean, how can you resist? All right, dudes, we're gonna head on home, check the final range. We are sitting at 5 out of 5 bars right now, but we do have about 10 more miles left in this ride. First, let me share my final thoughts on this electric trike. In general, if you're looking for a long range trike that's also pretty fast for a trike, I mean 25 miles an hour, I think that you're gonna absolutely crush it on range. The dual batteries on this thing, what do you get? 48 volt, 21.5 or 31.5 amp hours, so absolutely killer range. If you're looking for something that crushes it climbing hills, this is not like the #1 best hill climbing trike I've tried. It's that front mounted hub drive motor. It just really doesn't put down the power quite as well as a rear. You know, what I've seen in my experience on rear drive motors, oh my goodness, that is crazy, dude. I am gonna get past these bros before I get taken out. You see the current price linked below the video in the description box. It should be about 2,500 bucks, maybe a buck less than that or so. And I might have a discount code. So if you do decide this is a trike for you, if you buy through that link down below the video, it would help support my reviews. And of course, I greatly appreciate your support. I'd say where this thing shines best is flat riding. And like I said, we should get some pretty killer range. Sitting at 5 out of 5 bars. Let's head on home, see where we land. Does that say $1 water? Take my money, man. That's the best price water I've ever seen out here. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Que te vaya bien.
Thank you. Have a sip of that. Just toss it in the trunk, dude. So we got the big batteries. We'll do a little bit of high-speed cruising on cruise control for the ride home. It appears somebody has abandoned their shopping cart here, as well as their bicycle. Oh gosh, are my wheels gonna clip these bushes? This thing just feels so absurd going this fast out here on like basically a highway. Not even pedaling, not even using the throttle. So just rolling into the neighborhood here. Let's check the final range. Yeah, we are at about going on almost 19 miles. Average speed was a little bit slower, 9 miles an hour, and 2 hours and 5 minutes of ride time. Now the batteries are showing 4 out of 5 battery bars. So that checks out. I mean, this has pretty darn big batteries, you know, compared to the other 2 electric trikes I reviewed so far, and pretty big battery power just in general. I think they claimed you could do 100 miles. I mean, you'd have to be going pretty darn slow. The faster you go, the less range you're gonna get. It kind of, you know, decreases exponentially as you go faster and faster, range that is. But considering I rode this bike, pretty much did not really pedal this bike at all today, just throttled it the whole day, and we still have 4 out of 5 bars remaining. That's pretty solid. So if you have decided this is the electric tricycle for you, if you click on that link down in the description box, that'll give you the best price and also help support my reviews here on Tail Happy TV. So I'd greatly appreciate your support if you do buy through that link. Whether you want this bike or not, click that link or watch this video next. Catch you over there.